This is an IELTS sample answer. Keep practicing to build confidence. To try a mock test with these questions, watch our mock test video. The link to the PDF document is in the first comment. Want to improve your IELTS writing skills? Check out our new IELTS writing channel. Let's start off by talking about chocolate. Do you like chocolate?
Yes, I absolutely love chocolate. It's one of my favorite treats, especially when I'm in need of a little comfort or energy boost. The sweetness and creamy texture make it incredibly satisfying.
What's your favorite flavor?
I prefer dark chocolate because it has a rich and intense flavor without being overly sweet. Sometimes I enjoy varieties with nuts or caramel for a mix of tastes.
How often do you eat chocolate?
I usually eat chocolate 2 or 3 times a week. It's often a small snack or a dessert after meals. I try not to eat too much, but I still enjoy it now and then.
When was the first time you ate chocolate?
I can't recall the exact moment, but I was very young. My parents gave me some as a treat, and I immediately fell in love with its sweet, smooth, and delicious taste.
Is chocolate popular in your country?
Yes, chocolate is extremely popular here. People of all ages enjoy it, whether as a snack, dessert, or drink. It's also a common gift for celebrations like birthdays, holidays, and anniversaries.
That's the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. In this part, you will have 1 minute to prepare and then speak up to 2 minutes. Describe an indoor game that you liked to play when you were a child. You should say what the game was. Who did you play it with? How did you play it? Where did you play it? And explain why you liked playing that game.
One indoor game I absolutely loved as a child was hide and seek. It was simple but so much fun and always kept us entertained for hours. One person would close their eyes and count, while the rest of us hid. Then, the seeker would go around the house looking for everyone. I usually played it with my cousins and friends, especially during family gatherings or when it was too cold or rainy to go outside. It became our favorite way to pass the time indoors. The rules were very straightforward. The seeker would count to a number we all agreed on, usually 10 or 20. While they counted, we'd rush off to find the best hiding spots. The challenge was to stay as quiet as possible and avoid being found. If the seeker found you first, you became the next seeker, which made everyone try extra hard to hide well. Sometimes we even gave small clues to make it more exciting. We usually played in the living room, bedrooms, or even hallways. My grandparents' house was the best place to play because it had so many interesting hiding spots, like under the beds, behind long curtains, or even inside large cupboards. We'd always try to trick each other by hiding in the most unexpected spots. I loved playing hide and seek because it was full of laughter, excitement, and surprises. It didn't need any equipment, just creativity and a good sense of fun. It also brought us closer as we shared the thrill of the game. Those memories are still special to me, and I often think about how much joy we had back then.
That's the end of part 2. Now we are going to move on to part 3. We'll continue discussing the topic of indoor games. What indoor games do children like to play nowadays?
Children today enjoy a mix of traditional and modern indoor games. Popular options include classic board games like chess or cards, as well as simple puzzle games. Many children also love playing on smartphones or tablets with fun quizzes, drawing games, or apps that let them solve puzzles and challenges together.
How have indoor games changed over the years?
Indoor games have changed a lot, especially with the rise of technology. In the past, kids played simple games like hide and seek or board games, which focused on face to face interaction. Nowadays, many children play video games or use tablets for online games, which have become more interactive and often involve playing with people worldwide.
What qualities should a team leader have when playing games?
A good team leader in a game should be supportive, calm, and a good communicator. They should encourage everyone to take part and help solve problems if the team faces challenges. For example, in a group game like charades, the leader should make sure everyone feels comfortable and keeps the game moving smoothly.
What do you think of people spending too much time playing computer games?
Spending too much time on computer games can be harmful if it stops people from doing other important activities like exercising or studying. However, playing games in moderation can be fun and even educational. Games can improve skills like teamwork, problem solving, and hand eye coordination, but balance is key to a healthy lifestyle.
Do you think indoor games are better than outdoor games?
Indoor games are great when the weather is bad or when you want to stay inside. For example, playing board games with family can be a lot of fun. But outdoor games offer the chance for fresh air and physical exercise, which is also important for staying healthy and active. Both have their advantages.
That's the end of the speaking test. Good job.